Ladies and gentlemen on Facebook, I mean YouTube, my apologies. Ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am a natural born thriller because I am the natural and I'm born to be the thriller. And if you don't like it, beat it. I'm just saying. So welcome everyone to SmackDown and 205 Live review. So this will be your WWE SmackDown Live and 205 Live review from December 12th, 2017 edition. And a lot to talk about for SmackDown. And then when it comes to 205 Live, I will say that for after I give you the SmackDown review. Basically, I'll give you analysis when it comes to quick results, thoughts, rants, and whatever have you. Once again, folks, if you're watching right now, it's dark because my little brother he's sleeping, getting ready for bed late, getting ready for school later on. That's why he's in bed. But enough talking. Let's get down with this. Now I wanted to start at 11:45, which it's not even that time yet, but I couldn't wait anymore. I want to do this right now because I'm excited to talk about this edition of SmackDown. So yeah, just give me one moment, folks. Before I think this is a better lighting. Here we go. Here's better lighting here. If you're new to my YouTube channel, subscribe to me. I am Robert Serrano Jr. That's the name of my YouTube channel. If you're liking what I'm about to do, give this a like. If you dislike what I'm going to do, give it a dislike. The choice is yours. And let's get to it. Let me put it down right here. So for WWE SmackDown Live, the show from December 12th, 2017, Cincinnati, Ohio. You have Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxton, or should I say, aka Sissy Saxton, according to Corey Graves. I'll get to that part later. But I'm assuming that happened on one of the matches that took place. But I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later. So we get to hour number 1 for SmackDown. We get the opening of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn backstage, giving out flyers to protest, Shane McMahon's being biased of being the SmackDown commissioner. And while they're doing this, they're trying to create a yep movement. It's kind of like with Daniel Bryan, back in 2014, where it was about the yes movement. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they did something better here, and they made it entertaining. I mean, it's not gonna be anything like the yes movement. When that holding started, it can't be bigger than that. But this is close to it. So Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, like I said, they're giving out flyers with Shane McMahon's picture on it because he's being a biased SmackDown commissioner, and they have a T-shirt on. It's the yes T-shirt. Basically, it's Daniel Bryan's yes T-shirt, but instead of the word yes, they had a letter P that's placed all over the letter S, and it says yep, yep, yep. So they're creating the yep movement, and I'm like, oh my god, this is great. And then and the end is Kevin Owens, he's like, here, take 2 of these papers. And he's like, yeah, give me more of these papers. I'm like, they're going all out with this, where they want Shane McMahon to be I guess removed of power and all that, because he's basically using his power by going against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn when it comes to this Sunday Clash of Champions between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton. With Shane McMahon being the referee of the match though. But and again, if Owens and Zayn loses, they're fired from all of WWE. So yeah, it was good opening segment from SmackDown. Oh, which by the way, folks, not only this is the SmackDown on December 20, the December 12th, 2017 edition for SmackDown. This is also the Go Home Show edition for SmackDown when it comes to the SmackDown's pay-per-view this coming Sunday, Clash of Champions. Last year's was Monday Night Raw, but this year it will be for SmackDown. So yeah, let's get to who opened the show after Owens and Zayn did their try to get everyone backstage. Basically, oh yeah, that's nothing. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they ran into Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. So and also they ran into other people backstage, their other workers basically. That was hilarious. So let me get to AJ Styles. He comes out, the WWE champion AJ Styles coming out to address Jinder Mahal that he's going to be facing him at Clash of Champions, and also he says that he welcome to SmackDown Live, the house that AJ Styles built. So like I said, he's talking about he's going to face Jinder Mahal for the championship and all that. So AJ Styles he's going to do whatever it can to keep the title and to remain as champion, which I hope that happens. So all of a sudden we get the Simbers coming out. So they come out and they usually they're introduce Jinder Mahal, but based on what happened last week, Jinder Mahal, wait, was it last week or was it? No, I can't remember. Was it last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago. But what happened? Basically, what happened 2 weeks ago? AJ Styles beat the Sim Brothers, and Mahal was not happy about that. So Mahal decided to attack the Sim Brothers, and that supposed to mean that the Sim Brothers and Mahal are no longer together. So the Sim Brothers, they come out, they basically cut a promo about how they're no longer with Mahal, and they want to be with AJ Styles. To match him to face Mahal at Clash of Champions. So Styles was playing along. He wants them to come into the ring because they all want to hug it out. No hard feelings and all that, right? So the Sim Brothers, after they hug it out by the way, they hug it out by the way. AJ Styles, he said to himself, basically told the Sim Brothers, come in the ring with Uncle Al, because his real name is Alan, but Al is short for Alan. But I'm like, okay, right? One moment, folks. Let me do this here. Okay. So yeah, so then also the Sim Brothers starts cutting a promo about basically they're talking trash about Jinder Mahal, about everything that they've been through with Jinder Mahal, with him being WWE champion for all these months, and during the time they going to the airport and during the time where Mahal is having them kissing their basically Mahal having them the Sim Brothers kissing his own feet, and they start talking about how the Sim Brothers basically talk about how his feet smells like cheese, something like that. I don't remember what they said, but I wasn't laughing. I didn't find the Sim Brothers funny. To me, the Sim Brothers are not funny at all. They're not entertaining at all. Are they good wrestlers? I can't really say that much because I really haven't seen them wrestle that much. I've seen them in tag team matches before, but to say that they're good wrestlers, I can't say that because based on how they've been taking bumps, they take pretty good bumps, But yeah, whatever. So then AJ Styles was again he was playing along with the Sim Brothers. Also, he shows a footage from India, where WWE was at India, where you had the game Triple H versus Jinder Mahal, right? And you had Jinder Mahal who was there with the Sim Brothers. The Sim Brothers accompanying him and all that and everything. Now reports was that the Sim Brothers was supposed to be away from Jinder Mahal, because rumors saying that the Sim Brothers were going to be going back to NXT, or they're going to be part of a 205 Live. Well, based on what they did here, that wasn't the case at all. So all of a sudden, Jinder Mahal comes out. He basically he comes on. He didn't really cut a promo, but he was obviously talking, and like I didn't care. But then AJ Styles also he starts attacking the Sim Brothers because AJ Styles wasn't falling for this trap, and this is what it was. It was basically a trap by Mahal and the Sim Brothers, but it didn't work because Styles ended up beating up on the Sim Brothers, and then Mahal teased to get in the ring against AJ Styles because AJ Styles dared him to come in there. Mahal he backed off obviously. So yeah, that was the opening segment. for the show of SmackDown. Besides, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in this whole Yep movement. The Yep movement is growing strong, folks. So, but that was not the last we seen of AJ Styles though. Well, I'll get to him momentarily. But yeah, but that was that. Next we get Ruby Riott. She's being accompanied by the other half members of the Riott Squad, which is Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. As Ruby Riott goes up against the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair in a 1-on-1 non-title match. And you had Natalya, who was on commentary, annoying as fuck. So what did I do? I decided to tune her out. Oh my god. So Charlotte Flair and Ruby Riott are having a match. All of a sudden we go to commercial break. And during the commercial break, they did this picture on picture, where you could still see the match, but you can't hear the what they're saying, from that picture. And then the other picture, basically a bigger picture of it, they show the commercial from the USA on any commercials they show on the USA Network. So yeah, match itself was it was kind of decent, based on how they showed it, but it didn't matter at the end because the Riott Squad got involved. Charlotte Flair fights them off outside the ring. Natalya gets out her commentary booth. Basically she gets off a commentary to for I don't know. It's WWE, as they always got have these commentators these guest commentators to leave their commentary just to confront to get involved with the match too and all. So Charlotte Flair knocks her down. Charlotte Flair continues to fire off the Riott Squad, and then Natalya gives her I believe a clothesline or a forearm shot, and that costs a DQ. So yeah, the match was worthless. The match was nothing. The match was a waste of time. Why even book the match anyways? Why have Natalya even be out there? She was annoying as fuck. Fuck Natalya. She's fucking garbage. She's fucking trash. And if I see her on my TV ever again, I want to miss her. So fuck Natalya. So after that, the Riott Squad ends up being down on Charlotte Flair. She fights back a little bit, but then she was overpowered by the Riott Squad, and then the Riott Squad was gonna take her out the same way how they did to Naomi. And speaking of Naomi, she's back. She comes out to help Charlotte Flair. And by the way, when she came out, I'm like, okay, whatever. But then by the way, the crowds from Cincinnati, Ohio, they were on fire tonight on SmackDown. And they were excited to see Naomi making her return. And then Naomi, she came out, like I said, she took out the Riott Squad. And also the Riott Squad starts retreating. And then also Carmella, Lana, and Tamina ends up attacking the Riott Squad, and the Riott Squad ends up exiting from the other side. And I'm like, okay. By the way, Lana was in her ring gear, even though she didn't wrestle tonight, but she was in her ring gear. I hate when when I see that in wrestling. You're in your wrestling gear, but yet you didn't even wrestle on that night. WWE announced that NXT will be on the WWE, well, I mean not on the WWE Network, but on the USA Network for this week, which is going to be tomorrow night on Wednesday. Wednesday night, you'll be getting. Almost dropped my tablet, folks. One moment. Just give me a moment, and I'll continue on. All right, that's better. Now, as I was saying before this happened, so yeah, NXT is usually on the WWE Network. It's going to be on it's going to be on USA Network for that 1 week, because this week is about WWE week, where you got Raw on Mondays, SmackDown on Tuesdays, which it just already happened. Tomorrow will be NXT on the Wednesday, and then Thursday you begin Tribute to the Troops, all on the USA Network, which is WWE week, which WWE has been doing this for years, but NXT ends up being added into that category, for this year. And yeah, basically that's the announcement. So if you have not got an opportunity to watch NXT on the network, and you're wondering why NXT is a big deal, watch NXT tomorrow on USA Network. It's gonna be at 7:00 p.m. Eastern time, and for Pacific time, 6 o'clock p.m. So hopefully you guys are interested to watch NXT. So yeah, let's move on now. Next we get Daniel Bryan. He's on the phone with Shane McMahon in his office, and Shane McMahon wants Daniel Bryan to be on commentary for the match between Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the main event for SmackDown. I'll get to that later. And while this is happening, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are continuing their yep movement. They come into the office. They have a picture for Daniel Bryan. They set up there and everything, and they kept going yep, 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 and all that. And then they leave the office. Then after that, I'm like, wow, this is it. I was like, I'm liking this whole yep movement. Oh man. So Daniel Bryan hangs up the phone after they left and everything, and then he looked at the picture that basically on the flyer that Owens and Zayn left for that Bryan didn't see about this whole thing was Shane McMahon needs to be taken out of position of being just the SmackDown commissioner, and he's being unfair and everything and all that. So it's hilarious, folks. It is hilarious. Oh man, but that was that. Next we get Bobby Roode on commentary to watch this match between Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, who is the WWE United States Champion, which, by the way, Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler versus WWE United States Champion Baron Corbin. It's going to be this Sunday, Clash of Champions, triple threat match. But for now, they're doing these series of one-on-one matches for Roode and, for Corbin and Ziggler for this week. Last week it was Roode and Corbin where Ziggler got involved in the match and caused Corbin the match. Same thing here. Bobby Roode does the exact same thing because the match didn't last that long. So Bobby Roode gets in the ring. He gives Ziggler a DDT, the glorious DDT, to say the least. And Baron Corbin goes after Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode gives him the glorious DDT. So basically, Dolph Ziggler wins by DQ because Bobby Roode interfered. I should point out one thing. I think because during this match where Byron Saxton was being called out by Corey Graves that he is a sissy. Which, by the way, Byron Saxton, he is a sissy. Fact. This is the same Byron Saxton who's a fucking sissy and a fucking pussy who cheers for the fucking New Day. So yeah, Bobby Roode, what he did to Ziggler and Corbin was glorious, and basically it's more hype leading for Sunday between these three guys for the United States Championship. Next we get Breeze Dongo and The Ascension talking about the Bludgeon Brothers, obviously. So basically, Breeze Dongo, they took suggestions from The Ascension, and Breeze Dongo will accept the match against the Bludgeon Brothers, which is by the way Harper and Roland, for Sunday. So that match has been added, and by the way, a lot of matches have been added for Clash of Champions for this coming Sunday for SmackDown, and there'll be no more adding matches into it until we get to pay-per-view because all the matches has been added. There's no more matches to be added on there anymore, but I'll get to more of that later. So yeah, that was that. So the match has been accepted. Bludgeon Brothers versus Breeze Dongo at Clash of Champions. Should that be on the main pay-per-view? No, should be on the pre-show. But I'll tell you what was on the pre-show when I get to it later. But so speaking of the Bludgeon Brothers, we get to Harper and Roland, Bludgeon Brothers versus these two local tag team. So we got one scrawny guy and one other guy who I didn't even recognize until later on after the show was over. It's the return. Not even you know who this guy is. You probably don't even remember that he once worked for WWE, but now he's back full time. Based on what I heard on W's YouTube channel, watching this interview, the return of Cowan Delaney. Don't know who Cowan Delaney is. Cowan Delaney, back when WWE first hired him, he was skinny, scrawny, and all that. He had long hair. He had that's butchy sideburn, and he was part of WWE's ECW roster. The new breed. And years later, by the way, where he's been this whole time, he's been in the Indies. I wouldn't know that, by the way, because I didn't pay any attention to him after he'd been released by WWE years ago. But wow, but yeah, he's back now, and he's not skinny anymore. He doesn't got the long hair anymore. He doesn't have the sideburns anymore. He looks different. He grew the beard. He's got short hair now. He's gained weight, but he's not fat though. What I mean gain weight, like, he's not skinny anymore. Wow. But yeah, he's back, and I can't believe it. I didn't even recognize him until later, until after the show was over. Unbelievable. But okay, but as far as the match was between the Bludgeon Brothers and these two tag teams, these two guys in the tag team, Carl Delaney and this other guy, I don't remember his name. He's nobody to me. But after this one small scrawny guy, I gotta look him up now, because in this in this match, I don't remember how the move was set up on him. Oh yeah, I remember now. He was lifted up by Luke Harper. I believe it was Luke Harper or Eric Rowan, where it's gonna be a sit up power bomb and some other kind of tactic combination onto this scrawny guy, and he starts screaming. He literally screamed like he I couldn't stop laughing when I was like, yeah, when I heard him screaming, I'm like, wait a minute. When he first screamed, I was like, why did he scream like that? And then when they did the replay after the match was over, by the way, the Bludgeon Brothers, they won, obviously, and they beat Colin Delaney on the win match, by the way. So they showed the replay of it, and like, oh no, they're gonna show a replay of this guy, and like, why even bother? Like, and when it comes to the E, of course they're gonna show a replay of that, because they enjoy a man screaming like a girl, right? So they show a replay of it, and obviously they want us to hear the scream, and that's what happened, and that's when I started cracking. I started dying laughing, like, oh my god, I couldn't stop laughing after that. Like, now I'm trying to control myself here. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't help it. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. It's gonna go viral, by the way. It's gonna be viral for those who watch SmackDown. Yeah, you gotta watch this. This guy was screaming as soon as he was in the air. He started screaming from the top of his lungs like he was about to get murdered, which he kind of did. But still, it was so funny. Now thinking back at him, I can't stop thinking about it now. Okay, let me move on before I start laughing myself to death. Oh my god, it was so funny. Oh man. Next WWE, they show a flashback from 2011 that's sponsored by Snickers, and they show a return of The Rock from Monday Night Raw. Basically makes his return back to WWE in 2011, which is happening on Raw. And I like thinking to myself, why is SmackDown showing a look back of what's going on Raw? They should be. If they want to show something from the past, they should show something from SmackDown. I mean, isn't Raw and SmackDown, hate each other? Why is SmackDown showing something about Raw, but at the same time, why is Raw showing something about SmackDown? Yeah, continuity there, folks. There's your continuity right there. Makes no sense, but whatever. All right, here we go. The yup movement. Yup. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they come out. They came out from hour number 1, bleeding into hour number 2. Basically, they talk about how Shane McMahon has put Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to hell last week, where Kevin Owens was forced to be handcuffed on the ring ropes, which, by the way, he still could have got in the match either way, because he could go moving from that even though he was from that one area, he could be moved from, because again, it's stupid that Shane McMahon even said he's gonna be handcuffed on the ring ropes. How about handcuffing him on the turnbuckle? But whatever, right? But anyways, let's talk about it. So basically, my point is that Owens and Zayn, they talk about that, and they show a replay of it, and then they go back to Owens and Zayn doing this, with this disgusting look on their face, and then they talk about how Daniel Bryan did this whole yes movement back in 2014, and now they're going to recreate that by doing the yep movement. And the way they want to do things is by like what Daniel Bryan did from 2014, where the yes movement occupy Raw. Zayn and the Owens, they wanted to occupy SmackDown with the yep movement. With the, for those backstage that they get the flyers too and all that. They was hoping the workers from SmackDown will come join them. That's not what happened, by the way. Instead, we got Daniel Bryan coming out. So Daniel Bryan comes out, and Owens and Zayn were basically kissing ass to Bryan and all that, and saying that you can help us, Bryan can help us out with this whole yep movement and the Occupy SmackDown and everything. And Daniel Bryan's like, no, because Daniel Bryan's like, this whole yep movement is not because, of what he did in the past. This whole yep movement, which by the way, what Daniel Bryan did, the yes movement, is because it was because of the fans. Owens and Zayn are doing this whole yep movement because they're trying to benefit themselves. So Owens and Zayn are talking to Daniel Bryan about, but Shane McMahon is being he's being biased and all that. He's not being fair. Because he's being a referee and all that, and he's like, Owens and Zayn is like, and if we lose, we're done, we're gone. And Daniel Bryan's like, well, since Shane McMahon made himself the referee, Daniel Bryan decided to make himself the referee. So basically, we're going to have 2 referees for this match. And I'll get to more of that later, by the way, folks, when we get to the main event. But, hold on a second, folks. Let me do something here. All right, back to this. My fault. So yeah, that was that. So like I said, Owens and Zayn they did a segment where it was coming close to the hour number 1, and then start bleeding into hour number 2. So, one moment, folks. Okay. Yeah, I was just checking something out. So, yeah, so that was that. So now with that being said, let's move into hour number 2. That was the end of hour number 1. Let's get to hour number 2. And hour number 2, we get the continuation of Aiden English singing 12 Days of Rusev. And he finished it. Because last week he couldn't finish it because New Day interrupted him. Speaking of New Day, they came out there to be on commentary, and they're like, fuck them. I took my earbuds out, and I'm not listening to them. Fuck the New Day. Fuck Kofi Kingston. Fuck Big E. Fuck Xavier Woods. Fuck Pussy and Sissy Saxton. By the way, Sissy and Pussy is to Byron Saxton. But anyways, as I was saying, Aiden English was singing 12 Days of Rusev, to continue on the lyrics of it, because again, New Day interrupted him last week. So this week they finished. This time Aiden English, he finished it. And by the way, Rusev was wearing the Happy Rusev Day T-shirt, which you could get on WWEshop.com. All right, so cheap plug, by the way. So then we get the Usos coming out, because Rusev and Aiden English versus the Usos, which, by the way, the Usos are the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So the Usos comes out, and they talk about, it's not going to be about Rusev Day, it's not going to be about New Day, it's going to be about one day-ish. And then we get Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin coming out, and they said that, it's not going to be about, Rusev Day, it's not going to be about New Day, it's not going to be about one day-ish. It's going to be about Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin Day. It's not that. I don't know. But yeah, but Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, they were out there to watch to look on the match. By the way, and by the way, they were also in their wrestling gear, and they didn't even wrestle. Anyways, so as far as the match was, folks, match itself, I couldn't tell you much about this match, folks, because WWE, just like what they did with the women's earlier between Charlotte Flair and Ruby Riott, picture on picture, which means they showed the match during commercial break. So I did watch the match though for a little bit, for what it was, but at the end of the day, why even bother? Because WWE obviously they didn't care about this match, so why, because they went to commercial break, so why should I care? I mean, they immediately went to the match, and then 2 minutes later, commercial break. Same thing with Charlotte Flair and Ruby Riott. 2 minutes into the match, commercial break. But Rusev and English wins the match, so there you go. That's just sit there. And fuck. And by the way, fuck the New Day. I want to mention that again. Fuck the New Day. Fuck Byron Saxton. He's a pussy. He's a sissy. So like Corey Graves says, he's a fucking sissy. Fuck him. Thirsty. Next we get Renee Young interviewing the phenomenal one, the WWE champion, AJ Styles. The man who's running SmackDown, who's making SmackDown a most watched show. What comes to of AJ Styles being the best in the world, and not to mention AJ Styles. What comes to SmackDown? This is the house that AJ Styles built. So Renee Young talks about how Styles' strategy to about Mahal and all that. What comes to Sunday, also Mahal attacks him, and the Sin Brothers were there with him. So yeah, basically Mahal gets the upper hand on Styles, and then we'll see what happens on Sunday. Styles better win. Fuck Mahal being champion. Mahal being champion didn't work in the first place. Didn't work when they have been in India. It's not. It was a failure. Experiment to begin with, and WWE should not haven't touched that belt ever again. Mahal should not be in the main event anymore. I'm just saying. Nothing against Jinder Mahal. Nothing against the fans of Jinder Mahal that disagrees. More power to you if you agree with that. I mean, more power to you if you disagree with me. But you got to But at the same time, you need to wake up. Jinder Mahal is not lighting the world on fire when it comes to him being WWE champion or having new eyes watching the product. If anything, he's got people not watching SmackDown and not even go to their shows on SmackDown. And on top of it, he's not a good wrestler. He sucks. So yeah, let's go AJ Styles, retain your title so that we get to Royal Rumble for Nakamura to win that Rumble. So we got Styles and Nakamura at WrestleMania for the title, and I'll be happy. So yeah. And fuck Roman Hall's Productions who wants John Cena to win that Rumble. So by the way, speaking of Roman Hall Productions, he talks about how Ruby Riott is not a good wrestler and everything. I disagree, because if he watches anything else but WWE, he will know that Ruby Riott as Heidi Lovelace, she's a very good wrestler. And it talks about how it talks about how Ruby Riott is not a diva. No one says that she's a diva. And if you want to watch divas, go watch Total Divas. This is not the Divas division anymore. This is the women's division. The Divas division has been dead since Charlotte Flair became the women's champion at WrestleMania 31. Or was it 32? No, 32. My fault. Scratch that. I made a mistake there. It was WrestleMania 32. WrestleMania 32 was the day that the Divas division died when Charlotte Flair became the women's champion. And I couldn't have been more happier because of that. Because the Divas division was a fucking disgrace in the WWE. So yeah, fuck the Divas division, fuck the Divas championship belt, fuck Total Divas, and that's all I gotta say. And also fuck Roman Hall's production. So, that being said, moving on to the main event match. But before we get to that main event match, we get Renee Young interviewing Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura, my favorite wrestler in this generation. So, Randy Orton's being interviewed about where it comes to, facing Owens and Zayn, and Orton says that he doesn't like Owens. Really? According to your Twitter, we know that. And basically, it's just like Sami Zayn. And then Renee Young was like to Shinsuke Nakamura. She said to him, "Do you feel the same way I think that was her words. Do you feel the same way about Randy Orton? And then Nakamura, he says, "Yup." Holy, oh my god. I love Shinsuke Nakamura, man. He's cool, he's funny, loving guy, good wrestler. How can you not like him? You know? That was funny. Oh man. And yeah. Yup. 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 In fact, let me do like this. Yup. 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 I would do it louder, but again, my little brother's sleeping, so he's getting ready for school later on. So now let's get to the match. Danny Bryan, like I mentioned before, Shane McMahon was talking to him on the phone to be on commentary when it comes to Owens versus Nakamura. So sure enough, he was on commentary. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn comes out. Kevin Owens is in his ring gear. Earlier he wasn't in his ring gear, but he got in his ring gear. Sami Zayn not in his ring gear. Makes sense. Oh, by the way, Randy Orton in his ring gear, and yet he was not. He didn't even wrestle, man. But yet he's in his ring gear. Yeah. Guys should know how I feel about that right now. I hate that. I don't like that when it comes to wrestlers wearing their ring gears. And they wasn't even scheduled to wrestle. Okay. Well, I'll check it out, folks. Anyway, back to this. So yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens, good match. By the way, Byron Saxton was fucking annoying. He kept running Danny Bryan's case where he's adding himself as the second referee for the match between Nakamura and Orton versus Owens and Zayn at Clash of Champions. With Shane McMahon also being the referee in the match. And here's another thing: the commentators were saying, Corey Graves, Tom Phillips, Byron Saxton, and I believe even Danny Bryan said it too, where we have never seen two referees referee one match before. They literally said that. For those who don't know their history, yes, there has. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, what, it didn't happen in WWE. No, but it's still the same company. WWE, WWF, what's the fucking difference? It's the same company. And I'm pretty sure all you would be like, oh, what are you talking about? There was no Mick Foley as Mankind and Shane McMahon referee Triple H versus, wait, was it Mankind? Oh no, wait, I know who it was. Oh, okay, it was Mankind versus Triple H. Winner of the match gets to be a number contender against Stone Cold Steve Austin at SummerSlam for the championship. Shawn Michaels and Shane McMahon were the referees. My apologies. It was not Rick Foley as Mankind. It was Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels and Shane McMahon were referee of the match between Triple H and Mankind, where the winner of the match gets to face Stone Cold Steve Austin, which, by the way, ended up being a triple threat for SummerSlam anyways, for 1999. But anyways, there you go. Look it up. And then when you come back here, I'll let you. I'm not the type of guy to say that I told you so, but I told you so. There was two referees back in 1999 refereeing this one match between Triple H and Mankind. So yeah, these commentators, of course, WWE's not gonna let them excuse me, remember that. If I get the English from my, if I get spit it out, Yeah, but WWE, they should know better. But at the same time, this is the same WWE doesn't want us to remember anything else from the past too. So I'm not surprised. But the one thing I can say about this promo, I mean not the promo, the commentary with Danny Bryan was that Danny Bryan kept on doing shots at Byron Saxton for trying to be a wise ass, because he was being a wise ass. He's fucking being a fucking annoying. And Dan Bryan said something about him being you're a good commentator or something like that. Like no, he's not. He is not a good commentator. I can't believe that Dan Bryan said that he's a good commentator. I'm sorry, Dan Bryan. He is not. Byron Saxton is not a good commentator. He's not. He wasn't even a good wrestler. I seriously don't understand why WWE is pushing Byron Saxton to be this commentator for WWE. He sucks. And above all, he's a fucking pussy. Or according to Corey Graves, a sissy. The match itself, folks. Match was pretty good between Kevin Owens and Sami. Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura. While you got Sami Zayn at ringside for Kevin Owens, you got Renee Orton at ringside for Shinsuke Nakamura. These two guys, Owens and Nakamura, they had matches before outside of WWE. When Kevin Owens was Kevin Steen, Shinsuke Nakamura was the King of Strong Style, which probably WWE is not even calling him that anymore in there. Oh yeah, I also got to bring up one thing. Daniel Bryan on commentary saying that Shinsuke Nakamura does one of the best kicks ever. Yeah, they're good, but to say that he does the best kicks in WWE right now, I disagree. Look at Kenta, who's Hideo Itami, by the way. And Daniel Bryan saying that, no. Daniel Bryan knows from his knowledge, and he talks about a lot when it comes to having history with Daniel Bryan. With Daniel Bryan having history with Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn. He should know, he should at least mention on commentary that Hideo Itami, he's been in rings with Hideo Itami before, where Hideo Itami has been given a lot of these stiff kicks. Kenta, Hideo Itami. You kick, don't, all I gotta say is, don't kick Kenta. Oh, what was that? So anyways, but back to Owens and Nakamura. So yeah, these two guys have matches before, so not surprised it ends up being another match between the two. But here's the thing. Here's what happened in the match now. Nakamura, he was teasing to go for his exploder suplex. I mean his inverted exploder suplex, the same inverted exploder suplex he once did to John Cena, which that let John Cena land on top of his head, which was an accident. And let's not forget that John Cena is not a very good athlete. But when Nakamura does that move, he never made a mistake on doing that move to anyone. But sure, lo and behold, when it comes to John Cena, because John Cena is the botch master, of course, with John Cena, it's gonna go wrong because John Cena can't fucking wrestle, and not to mention John Cena is not an athlete. This is the same John Cena, where fans are saying Kevin Owens, I mean not Kevin Owens, that Samoa Joe and John Cena go way back, right? They go way back, because they train together. Both Samoa Joe and John Cena train together in the same school, and the fans kept saying, these two guys go way back and all that. They go way back. But surely John Cena has never seen Samoa Joe's matches to know what Samoa Joe does when it comes to his moves, right? Survivor Series, for example. Samoa Joe, usually when he goes for his running avalanche elbow to Cena to his opponents in the corner, he did to John Cena at Survivor Series, a month ago. And what does John Cena do? He falls down. And John Cena should know what Samoa Joe's moveset is when it comes to that. Samoa Joe, he runs at his opponent in the corner, does this avalanche elbow, and then he does his jumping insecurity to his opponent. John Cena, nope, he just falls down. Yeah, John Cena goes way back with Samoa Joe. He hasn't been watching Samoa Joe's matches lately, ever since that day. Yeah, John Cena is fucking garbage. He's fucking trash. And the fact that he's been on the top guy for all these years, and he still hasn't improved his wrestling. John Cena will always and forever be trash. So yeah, fuck John Cena. So anyways, back to the match. So like I said, Nakamura, intended to do his inverted explorer suplex, but he couldn't do it because WWE's not gonna let him do that anymore. He'll tease it, but he won't do it anymore. So Owens gets out of it, and Owens went for basically go for a forearm, but then he misses and hits the referee, so we get a referee bump. And Daniel Bryan sees that going on. Daniel Bryan leaves the commentary. He takes the referee's shirt off. He puts the referee's shirt on, but while he's doing that, the referee falls down, and then Zayn and Orton gets involved. Oh, before they got involved, soon as Bryan got the shirt on and everything, Nakamura had Owens won in the match by pinning him. He didn't hit the Kinshasa, but Nakamura had the match won. But then Daniel Bryan, he was standing there for like about 3 seconds, after he got the shirt on and everything, the referee shirt on, and also he gets in the ring and they start going for the count, and like obviously Owens kicks out, and then Zayn gets involved, and then Orton gets involved. They both fight. Also, Orton gets taken out by Zayn. Nakamura goes for his Kinshasa, but Zayn distracts Nakamura. Nakamura goes after Zayn. Then Owens goes for. I'm trying to remember how he did it. I think he may have kicked Nakamura, and then he sends him to the ropes, and then does a nasty pop-up powerbomb to Nakamura. And Nakamura, he saw the move pretty well. And yes, for the first time ever, when it comes to Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Shinsuke Nakamura took the 3 count, and Kevin Owens gets the win. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. I've never seen Nakamura lose to anyone like Kevin Owens before. Jinder Mahal doesn't count. Fuck Jinder Mahal. I never seen anyone beat Nakamura like that in WWE like Kevin Owens just did. And again, I'm not counting Mahal. I want to count someone that actually can go with Nakamura in the ring, and Kevin Owens is that dude. So yeah, I'm not mad at this. I'm actually okay with this. I am. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not getting. I'm not getting angry. But yeah, good match though. Very good match. Nakamura, he was protected. Even though I would have been fine if he was not protected in the match, but whatever. It is what it was. Still a good match though. Then after the match, Kevin Owens gets interviewed by Renee Young, but he pushes Renee Young out of the way. He starts cutting a promo about saying, I'm trying to remember how he said it. That I guess he was bragging about being on Nakamura, and he says Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is going to win. They're going to keep the jobs and everything because they're the best in the entire WWE. And they start saying yup, 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 yup. The yup movement is the new yes movement. And I've already Sami Zayn kept doing this to his shirt, doing this. He was showing his belly while Kevin Owens kept saying yup, 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 and then all of a sudden, Kevin Owens, he kisses Sami Zayn on the cheek because they're best friends. Whatever. Well, I just to be fair, Paul Heyman kissed Ryback on the cheek too, but back in 2013. So. Yeah. So, wrapping up, folks, that was it for SmackDown. This was your WWE SmackDown Live review. And before I get to 205 Live, let me get to the amount of wrestling for SmackDown. First of all, we get one. Amount of wrestling for SmackDown Live for the December 12th, 2017 edition, 5 matches. And total amount of wrestling for hour number 1 was 3, and total amount of wrestling hour number 2 was 2. But, you add both of them together, it makes 5 for SmackDown for the December 12th, 2017 edition. So, my overall rating for the show, 8 out of 10. Better show than Raw for this week. That's just like last week. I thought it was a better show. Not to say that Raw was bad. I thought Raw was a good show. Monday Night Raw from last night. Good show. That's why I give it a 6.5 out of 10. If you didn't see my Raw review, check it out. It's still up there. Yeah. And obviously it's not going nowhere because it's part of my YouTube video. So yeah, check it out when you guys can. But yeah, but this week SmackDown gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Last week it was 7 out of 10, but this week I give it an 8 out of 10 because this ends up being a good go-home show edition for SmackDown when it comes to going to Clash of Champions 2017 for this year for SmackDown. And it was all about the not the yes movement. It was about the yep movement. The yep movement. Yep. Shinsuke Nakamura, he said one word on that show, and that was yep. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, their favorite words now, yep. And pretty soon it's going to catch on, folks. The yep movement is going to catch on because Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is making it work. And you got someone like Shinsuke Nakamura getting that saying yep, yeah, it's going to get over. So that was SmackDown. Now let's move on to 205 Live. Welcome everyone to your WWE 205 Live review from December 12, 2017 edition. So let's get to it. So when it comes to 205 Live, folks, is in Cincinnati, Ohio, which by the way, this was after SmackDown was over, where it ends up being on the WWE Network live, live on the WWE Network for just $9.99. Your commentators were Nigel McGuinness and Vic Joseph. So the show opened up with Drew Gulak. He was being accompanied by Ariya Daivari. Drew Gulak talks about how Ariya Daivari was injured so bad by Cedric Alexander that Ariya Daivari wants revenge against him and everything. Which, by the way, Ariya Daivari getting the lumbar check by Cedric Alexander on Raw. It wasn't even that much of an impact. It was alright, but how was that enough? I mean, if anyone should be wearing probably he was taped up with, taped up on his rib cage. But if anyone should be wearing having the rib cage taped up, it's Mustafa Ali, because Mustafa Ali took the better impact of that lumbar check by Cedric Alexander. I'm just saying. Ariya Daivari was being a big baby, obviously. He's like, my rib cage, it got hurt. Oh, Mom, it wasn't that hard. It didn't hurt that much, dumbass. Unless you got a weak rib cage spot. Oh God, but whatever. So, anyways, and then Drew Gulak talks about how Noam Dar is who unfortunately won't be able to ride along the Zoe train because he's injured, which I didn't know about that. I don't know if it's real or not, but according to Drew Gulak, he suffered a knee injury and he had to get surgery from it, which is probably why the WWE didn't want Noam Dar. Which is probably why Noam Dar was not added to the match for last night's Raw, and instead we had Ariya Daivari instead. But either way, the Fatal 4 match from Raw, it was still a good match though. When it comes to the cruiserweights, and plus who won the match, which it was Cedric Alexander. But if it's true with Noam Dar, being hurt and everything, feel sorry for him. So hope he comes back. Hopefully he'll still could be the supernova in the cruiserweight division. So we'll see how that turns out. Hope he's alright. If it's real or not, but I don't know if it's kayfabe or not. But I gotta find out. I gotta find out later. So also let me get to Drew Gulak. He's about to do his PowerPoint presentation, but all of a sudden we get Cedric Alexander coming out instead to basically to make sure that doesn't happen. Obviously. So we get Cedric Alexander versus Ariya Daivari, while we got Drew Gulak at ringside, the coach on Ariya Daivari. So at the same time, Drew Gulak had the megaphone because he's about making 205 Live better when it comes to no fly zone. So they have so Ariya Daivari and Cedric Alexander are having a match. Drew Gulak got involved in the match, by the way. He met behind the referee's back, obviously, by clothesline Cedric Alexander, about to say. I was almost a Drew Gulak there. Basically, Drew Gulak was going to close on a Drew Gulak. Anyways, one second, folks. What's that? Okay. I was just checking something there. So anyways, back to this. So, Davari, he was going to the top rope to go for his the frog splash. I forgot what he calls it though. He doesn't call it the frog splash, but he calls it something else. But Drew Gulak says no fly zone, no fly zone. Screaming to him in the megaphone, no fly zone. So Davari says, I got this, and he goes for the frog splash. He hits it, but doesn't win. So he goes for his second finishing move, which he gets his opponent lock like a hammer lock, and he goes under his opponent other arm, and he goes for that clothesline, but misses his, and Cedric Alexander gets the second win here. Makes a comeback here, and Cedric Alexander gets the win by giving him a nasty lumbar check. This time the lumbar check was more impactful because Davari this time he took it very good this time. So yeah, Cedric Alexander he gets good momentum going to Raw against Drew Gulak, where it's gonna be Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak on Monday Night Raw next week, where the winner of that match gets to face Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight Championship. Speaking of Enzo, I'll get to him later. WWE makes an announcement again, this time on the WWE Network, where it comes to NXT, be on the USA Network at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, but Pacific Time will be at 6 o'clock p.m. NXT is going to be on USA Network for the first time, and I can't wait. And you people should watch it. By the way, I highly recommend you. I suggest all you watch NXT and to know why NXT is a big deal in WWE. I mean, come on, guys. Yeah, you got guys like Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura. Who else came from NXT? Oh yeah, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Becky Lynch. Just name a few that wrestle on NXT and made NXT what it was, and now they're on the main roster. And now we got NXT that's going to be on the main cable channel for the USA Network. And who knows, if it's successful, if it gets lots of ratings, maybe WWE will decide to move NXT to the USA Network. Move them away from the WWE Network, always to go to the USA Network full time. Will they do it? I don't know. It depends. I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to Vince McMahon. Of course, you gotta negotiate with the president of the USA Network. So, but anyways, enough of that. But yeah, I suggest all you folks watch on NXT tomorrow night on the USA Network. I guarantee you, there's some good matches on that card. So, but anyways, so we get Drew Gulak, Davari, and Tony Nese having a discussion about what happened with Davari in that match against Cedric Alexander. Also, we get Enzo Amore coming in. He talks about how they're not doing a good job on the Zoe train and all that, and basically having a back and forth with Drew Gulak, where Drew Gulak thinks he's a better talker and everything and all that, and also Tony Nese is trying to calm things down. Enzo Amore's like, oh, what do we got here? But yeah, he kept saying, what do we got here? I thought he was being funny in this segment too and all, but and then Enzo Amore says he's gonna have a warm-up match against Tony Nese, and he wants the Zoe train to be at ringside. The two remainers, which is Drew Gulak and Davari. So we'll get to that match later. Next we get Jack Gallagher being accompanied by the Brian Kendrick versus Kalisto, the return of Kalisto. The Brian Kendrick, he cuts a promo about 1 year ago. He was a Cruiserweight champion, and he lost that belt to Rich Swann. He didn't actually mention Rich Swann. WWE right now, folks. For those who don't know, Rich Swann, he's been suspended by WWE, and of what I heard right now, Rich Swann has been bailed out of jail because of his wife. And by the way, this whole thing with Rich Swann being in jail is because of what he did to his wife. For those who don't know, Rich Swann was arrested on the Sunday morning, where Rich Swann was charged with kidnapping and false imprisonment to his own wife. Crazy story, folks. If you don't know about that story, look it up. It's ridiculous. and which is why I can't like I can't get I can't respect this guy anymore, Rich Swann. And he came up rough and everything. He was homeless. He lost, I believe he lost his parents or his grandmother. I'm trying to remember who he lost. But yeah, he grew up rough, and then he finally made it to the WWE. From NXT to the Cruiserweight Classic, and then be on the main roster, to be on Raw, to be on 205 Live, based on the WWE Network, basically. But just to ruin it all by doing something so fucking stupid. Rich Swann, he did something so fucking stupid that he can't there's no way you could go back from that. And plus, why would you do that while you're in a company that's a publicly traded company that's well known of being a publicly traded company? Plus, they don't tolerate domestic violence. So I don't agree with Rich Swann being suspended. And if I was WWE, I would have fired him. I would have fired him on the spot, because how could you come back from this? After basically making the company look bad too. You know, the, it's been happening before in the past, by the way, folks. Chris Benoit. I can't think of anyone else off the bat, but yeah, making the company look bad. It is what it is. But basically, whenever WWE decides to bring him back, he's not gonna be the same again. Fans are gonna look at him differently now. They're gonna judge him. Even the WWE, they're not gonna look at him differently now. What if he does come back? What WWE WWE's gonna do with him when he comes back? Punch him behind him, have him lose matches. What's that gonna do? They might just fire him, let him go. What he did there was stupid. He should never did that. But whatever. Sorry, folks. I didn't mean to go on a tangent like that. I didn't mean to go down that way. But basically, I was referencing what Bryan Kendrick was talking about on his promo, where he became the Cruiserweight champion, and then he lost it. But he never mentioned who he lost it to, which I had to point out that he lost it to Rich Swann. I watched that that very first episode of 205 Live, where Rich Swann won the title against Bryan Kendrick, and that changed everything for Rich Swann when he became the champion. And then a year later, we get to this point where Rich Swann, he fucked up. But anyways, but then Bryan Kendrick also is like talking about how, ever since he lost the belt, he didn't get any opportunities, any one-on-one opportunity for it. But he says, but a guy like Kalisto does. And then Jack Gallagher gets on the mic, and he's talking about, Kalisto, you might just might just cancel this match, something like that. I don't know. And of course, Kalisto didn't want to cancel the match. He wants to wrestle against Jack Gallagher because he wants revenge. So we get the match. Match itself pretty good. Kendrick got in the way of Kalisto, where Kalisto was trying to go for a kick to Jack Gallagher, and then Jack Gallagher got out of the way, and then Kalisto accidentally kicked Bryan Kendrick, and Bryan Kendrick was saying that he got hurt from his arm. So then Jack Gallagher ends up going after Kalisto, because Kalisto was just getting distracted a little bit. So Kalisto trying to go for a kick, but Jack Gallagher grabs his leg and bam into the ring post. He started attacking the leg. By the way, Kalisto throughout the entire match was selling his leg, where Jack Gallagher kept targeting the leg and everything. He was selling it like crazy. Even after the match, he was selling like Jack Gallagher did some damage to his leg. And I also want to point this out too, by the way. Seth Rollins from last night on Raw, he was selling his knee. He kept selling his knee, where Sheamus kept targeting the knee, because keep in mind, Seth Rollins he has a bad knee. Remember that surgery he had after that incident when he had the house show from Kane. His knee. Oh my God, it was crazy. His knee got buckled somehow. It was crazy. I think it's still on YouTube though. For those who still got that clip out of it, of Seth Rollins when he got hurt, and then he had to let go of the belt. But yeah, but Seth Rollins basically was selling his knee that Sheamus was doing damage to his knee, and then after the match, Seth Rollins, even though even though Seth Rollins won the match, he still was selling his knee that he can barely walk. You know, unlike certain someone Roman Reigns um, didn't want to sell any part of his injuries. So, anyways, but anyway, in the match, Jack Gallagher was basically in control, doing all types of submissions to Kalisto. Kalisto was fighting back and all that, but again, he's fighting with one leg because he was and again, Kalisto he was selling it pretty well. Good performance by Kalisto there. So in the end, Kalisto goes for Hurricanrana into a pin, gets the Drake out in the win, and Jack Gallagher looks surprised. Bryan gets in the ring, attacks Kalisto. They start basically there's going to be him down and everything, but then Grand Metalik comes down for the save. The King of the Ropes, basically. That's his nickname, the King of the Ropes. So yeah, and then Kalisto hits the Steel Del Sol on Jack Gallagher, and then and then he's again selling the knee, selling the leg that he got hurt in the match. Take notes, Roman Reigns. Take notes. You claim to be the best performer in the world. Take notes of what Seth Rollins is doing when it comes to selling. Kalisto, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens. The best performer in the world, my ass. Next, Enzo Amore is getting ready to go at ringside. Getting ready to go to wrestle against Tony Nese. Gulak comes to confronts him and says you should call it the match and all that. You don't have to do this and everything. Enzo Amore, he says, basically he's comparing himself to Dean Malenko. For those who don't know who Dean Malenko is, Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holes, and also one of the best cruiserweights from yesteryear. During the time in WCW. And Enzo Amore, who can't fucking wrestle for shit, is basically referring himself as basically saying that he's like Dean Malenko. I'm sorry, Enzo Amore. You don't have the wrestling skills or the wrestling technician that Dean Malenko has. You can't even lace up Dean Malenko's boots to say that you're just like Dean Malenko. And he talks about how he's the best cruiserweight in the world. Which, by the way, he's being a heel and everything, but no, he's not. He's not a cruiserweight. He's not the best in the world when it comes to... basically, he's like Roman Reigns now. He's going to be the best in the world, yet he hasn't really proved to be the best in the world. We get another video package for Hideo Itami. He's gonna make his debut for 205 Live. He's gonna change the landscape of 205 Live, and basically, for those, I'm pretty sure y'all don't know who Hideo Itami is, but Hideo Itami, aka Kenta, well-known wrestler from Japan, made his debut in WWE NXT back in 2014. I believe that was the year. I believe it was that year. Or it was 2015. No, it was 2014. So yeah, Hideo Itami is coming to 205 Live, and pretty soon he'll be wrestling on Raw because when it comes to 205 Live, all the cruiserweights wrestle stuff on Raw, Raw cruiserweight. So yeah, I can't wait to see Hideo Itami makes his debut there. Hopefully WWE will use him right, except for the fact they did not use him right since NXT because they've been having him hold back of his strong style type of strikes when it comes to his fist, and his kicks. Okay, all right, folks. Okay, I'm about to wrap this up. So let's get the final segment here. Tony Nese versus Enzo Amore, where we get the Zo Train, which is Ari Daivari and Drew Gulak. So Tony Nese comes out. He looks like he doesn't want to do the 8 reasons why he's the premier athlete when it comes to his how many abs he's got. eight abs, but he didn't want to do that. He's like, he basically had this, a disgusting look on his face where I can't believe he can't believe he's doing this. As Amore comes out, there's this whole usual stick, my name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G in the bonafide stuff, and you can't teach that, you know. And then he says, "Bada boom, realest champ in the room. How you doing?" No, just because you're the cruiserweight champion doesn't mean you're the realest champ. So Enzo Amore cuts a promo saying that he's the best in the world when it comes to being a cruiserweight champion and basically being part of the cruiserweights. No, he's not. I already mentioned this before. You can't call yourself the best in the world in the cruiserweights while backing it up. And guess what? He hasn't backed it up. He hasn't backed it up. He has never backed it up because he sucks in the ring. So yeah, so the match, it went on the way. Tony Nese did not want to do it. Enzo Amore slaps him in the face, and Enzo Amore kept talking loudly, and kept saying he's the best in the world. Tony Nese, because he got slapped, he showed anger and everything. He goes walking slowly to Enzo backing up in the corner. Ardavari, he attacks him from behind. Match, I believe it lasted about a good 4 minutes, I believe, where nothing really happened in the match. Yeah, you can't really call it a match, based on how they did it. And Drew Gulak had a look on his face like he was shocked for what was going on. So, you guys, Enzo Amore and Ardavari beating down on Tony Nese. Enzo Amore's going to end Tony Nese with the the eat defeat, which I forgot what he calls it though. The Gunzan jaw, something like that. I don't know. But then Enzo Amore tells Drew Gulak to get in the ring and prove to yourself to the Zoe train, and all that, right? Drew Gulak had a decision to make, to either be with Enzo Amore in the Zoe train or be against him. So he made a decision. He attacked he basically attacked Tony Nese. He beats down Tony Nese. And also, while this is going on, the crowds were so into this. Here's the thing, folks. For those who didn't watch the show, for those who don't have the WWE Network, if you didn't watch the show, this crowd from Cincinnati, Ohio, they were so into the segment where they started chanting this. This is boring. And then they start chanting, delete, delete, delete. Yeah, it goes to show that these crowds doesn't care about the Zoe train. So Enzo Amore ends it by being down, by doing his finishing move, which probably he stole from Gail Kim, and he doesn't do it like Gail Kim does it. Gail Kim, she does it better. Excuse me, folks. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, again, I think it's called the Gonzarzo, the Jargonzo, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what he calls it, but fuck Enzo Amore. He's fucking garbage. He's fucking trash. Should not be the cruiserweight champion. And I hope Cedric Alexander wins that number one contention match against Drew Gulak next week on Raw. So we get Cedric Alexander be the cruiserweight champion. So yeah, for next week on Raw, it'll be Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak. No more contendership match. Winner of that match gets to face Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight Championship. Will be on 205 Live. I don't know. They haven't made the decision yet. But I'm pretty sure they're going to do it at 205 Live. But if they're doing a Raw, great. Do it on Raw. Hopefully we'll do it around... Oh, yeah. If they are going to do it on Raw, they probably will do it on that Christmas Day. Yeah, Gulak have people watching Monday Night Raw on Christmas Day. Christmas night, which are we're 8 away, but we're not gonna spend time with our family on Christmas night, we're just gonna watch Raw. I'm just saying, I'm assuming that's what the East could probably do. Have them watch Raw on that night, on Christmas, during Christmas, family celebrating Christmas and everything, where while they, the WWE's gonna do all these good shows. But by the way, when it comes to WWE doing Christmas shows, it's been terrible all year. Do I have to remind everyone about John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio, where it was about doing it for Santa? That was a horrible show. Just everything they did on that show was terrible. But whatever, we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. But anyways, that was your 205 Live review as well. When it comes to the 205 Live review, December 12, 2017 edition. The most exciting hour on television when it comes to 205 Live, when we see these cruiserweight wrestlers wrestling. As far as the show was, about the amount of wrestling, I mean, if you want to call that main event match, 3 matches, obviously, if you want to call it, if you want to call that third match a match, the main event match a match, I meant to say. But either way, it's still a third match on the card though. But overall show rating for the show, I'm gonna go 5 out of 10. To me, it was like a whatever show. I mean, it wasn't boring. I was enjoying the show, but didn't feel like a type of show where I'll go back to I'll go back to watch and everything. Just a whatever show. It was harmless. Wasn't a bad show. Wasn't a boring show. I'll give a slight thumbs up though, but still, whatever. Yeah, I guess it was a whatever show. All right, so there you go. So there you go, folks. That was your WWE SmackDown and 205 Live review for the this December 12th, 2017 edition. The Yep movement is growing strong, and the cruiserweights, for 205 Live, whatever. It was a whatever show. But fuck Enzo Amore, by the way. I gotta keep throwing that out there. So yeah, thank you all for watching. If you're new to my YouTube channel, my name is Robert Serrano Jr. Again, that's Robert Serrano Jr. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, to me, yours truly, Robert Serrano Jr. If you like this video, give this video a like. If you dislike this video, give this video a dislike. The choice is yours. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, folks. Hope you all. I'll see you all later on for my NXT review, and hopefully you all will take my suggestion and my advisement and my recommendation of all you to watch NXT on the USA Network at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. You all take care. Have a good night. Peace on the streets. I'll talk to you all soon. But for now, I'm out. Thank you for watching.